Yeah, there's a lot of skill here in Hawaii that people don't realize. Just like a lot of just everyday guys are good strikers at least. So it's like we just don't have as much we don't have as much exposure as a lot of the mainland states and stuff. Going to we're out here in the middle of the ocean, but the talent here is ridiculous. It's so good, so many talented people.
Oh, dude, and it seems like one thing that I love about Hawaii and watching what you guys do out there, it seems like there's such a bond and a camaraderie of all you guys out there, man. And just watching how everyone's good. Like, first of all, when the fuck is UFC gonna come out there? It needs to happen. I have no clue why it hasn't yet. But I mean, looking at your skill set and everything, could you tell us a little bit? Because again, your striking is clean, brother, super clean. Could you tell me a little bit about your striking background?
Yeah, my striking. I'm a taekwondo is my background and boxing. So with those two things together, I think makes for exciting stuff because I'm not looking to grab your leg. I'm not looking to take you down. Um, and then my kicking, I like to throw more dynamic kicks than just the basic kicks. I didn't get to show that much in my last fight, but if you watch previous fights, I definitely like to kick a little bit more. But yeah, I started doing taekwondo in 2002. I was about 13 years old, and I started boxing about a year and a half after that.
Nice.
And yeah, I racked up a whole bunch of amateur kickboxing fights, and I actually have a handful of professional kickboxing fights too. But
Shit, dope.
yeah, I decided to go MMA after that. Just because MMA is where it's at. So yeah, that's pretty much my background. I only started doing the jujitsu and the wrestling aspect of it when I started training for MMA.
Dude, it's crazy, man, because you really haven't been doing it that long, man. And seeing again just the way you guys continue moving and develop, man. But we kind of briefly said my next point, dog. COVID and everybody's been locked down. I heard out there was like I feel like you guys did it the right way. Everybody, had masks on. Everybody stayed at the crib. They weren't wilding the fuck out like over here. Um, Yo, what was training like? What was this experience, especially getting ready for just a huge card like you had this past week?
Yeah, when the lockdown first happened, training was super limited. The gyms were closed. There's no way you'd be allowed to go to a gym and train, especially in groups. I was best because I had access to a couple of small private spots,
So,
and I'd go alone. But still, going alone isn't the same thing.
right.
Uh, Ended up doing a lot more like running on the road, just things on my own, hitting the bag and stuff.
Mhm.
But when it got closer to my fight, good things happened. But yeah, when it got closer, I was they were loosening the restrictions a little bit,
Right.
so I was actually able to get some team practices and stuff. But also being safe, at the same time, because I didn't want to catch the virus and then not be able to fight. So there's like a little line there you have to make sure you're on.
Dude.
You can't be going around all kind of different people. I kept my group real small, just what I needed.
Absolutely. No, it makes perfect sense, man. Dude, now that experience, I, I've seen videos. They've showed everybody, dude, that pole that they stuck up you guys' noses for the COVID tests, man. Holy shit, bro. I felt for all you guys, man. But yo, the testing and the traveling, could you just speak to a little bit about that experience, especially going all the way to, I'm going to throw air quotes, Fight Island?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It doesn't look like as much like how they market it, but uh, yeah, the traveling was crazy. It was, I mean, everything is far away from Hawaii, right? But
Shit.
just just our flight from Vegas to Abu Dhabi alone was 15 hours, and that's after we went from Vegas to, oh, sorry, from Hawaii to Vegas.
Mhm.
But oh man, I can't complain at all about the flight that the UFC took care of us. When we got to Vegas, we were on first class all the way, straight flight to charter flight to Abu Dhabi
That's
and
dope.
back. Both first class. And oh man, when you fly first class, you never want to go back again, but you have to.
Straight up, man.
And as far as the testing was crazy too. Everybody in the who worked in the hotel was basically quarantined too, and
Oh,
they were
man.
they were being tested like every day. I think.
Okay.
I think one of the workers said it was every day or every other day.
Mhm.
I forget, but yeah, we were tested 4 times leading up to the fight,
Man.
and hey, bro, those nose ones looked brutal. So when they asked me, I was like, hey, you know what? My nose is kind of crooked. I told the lady, I was like, you know what, you're gonna bend your stick, so
Right.
you might want to just, you know. So she did the throat one on me. I did the throat one all 4 times, and it just kind of hits the top, the roof of your mouth back there, and you gag and stuff a little bit. But I think it's not as bad as the nose one. That needle going way up your nose. That thing looks horrible.
Dude, I was looking at it. I was like, when I saw that shit, I was like, you know what, man? I'm gonna put 2 masks on and stay my ass in the house, cause damn, every bit of that. Like that looked nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, even the throat one sucks. You don't want to have to do any of that, but I mean, it's good that they're being thorough and all.
Yeah.
Make sure the athletes, make sure everybody's safe. But yeah, it's the testing sucks.
So you legitimately, like, with all the testing and everything, like you felt safe. Do you feel like the UFC, like, they did their due diligence for you guys?
Oh yeah, yeah, more than enough. I mean, not
Nice.
only the testing is like, each fighter had their own workout room, which was a
Oh,
basic. We had our hotel room, and
yeah,
then right next to our hotel room was a workout room, and every single fighter had their own workout room, so we didn't have to be, in workout rooms with other guys. Um, even at the weigh-ins, they made us wear masks and stuff. Even though we're about to go punch each other in the face, we're still like staring, doing our face off with a mask on. But it's all, like I said, though. It's all for safety first, and the UFC is leading the way in sports, right? No other sports are back yet,
that's
or were
true.
back when the
Yeah,
UFC was doing it first. Leading the way like always. So no
absolutely.
complaints.
Well, dude, like I said, let's talk about a little bit again. I'm talk about just all combat sports real quick, man, because again, nobody else has been at it. Obviously, MMA is back, but what for you? Again, most of us who competed, man, or compete, we're fans of different athletes. We're fans of combat sports all around, man. So for yourself, who has been inspirations for you in terms of, like, just your progress, and people that when they go to fight, or like you go back and watch shit like that they've done in the past also? Who are those people for you?
Most of my inspirations coming up have been Hawaii fighters. I do have
You guys got some
a few.
killers, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I think a guy that most Hawaii fighters have to mention, when you talk about inspirations to them, is BJ Penn.
Right.
He's really the first guy from Hawaii to do it big, make it, and I think just the name BJ Penn, when you say it, speaks for itself. But
Absolutely.
he
Absolutely.
basically was the man who put Hawaii on the map,
Mm,
and so he's one of the guys I look up to. And then
awesome.
as for more like, modern, Max Holloway is my good friend and training partner, and
Oh,
he's taught me a lot in the sport. UFC veteran Russell Doan, he's taught me a lot coming up too, and he's one of my favorite fighters, also from Hawaii. And yeah, those I'd say, like, probably those three guys have been my bigger inspirations, just my whole career.
that's, man. I I really do love how guys from Hawaii. I don't hear this anywhere else, man. And nowhere else you hear guys like they big up their own more than Hawaiians. I swear. The Brazilians, yeah, they hype their people up, but they got beef. I feel like no Hawaiians have beef with another Hawaiians that fight. They're like, no, they cool. Fuck it. That's my guy. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
the.
no, right.
It's
Yeah,
great. Yeah,
that's
I'm
how it is.
sorry. Yeah, speak to that, man, just because it is something that I think a lot of people, the brotherhood that I feel like is down the island, dude. Like, being a martial artist and being somebody that really loves the sport, seeing that, like, I love it. Like, it's one of those things that makes me happy to see. What is it, man? What do you guys do out there?
It's just, we're so small.
Mm,
We're just like a tiny little island chain in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and so when one of us go to war, we all go to war, and I think that's what it is. It's like, I think when you talk to a Hawaii guy, they're not gonna, and you say, oh, there's a Hawaiian on the fight card. It doesn't matter who they're fighting. It doesn't matter and I mean, if they're not fighting another Hawaiian, right? But if it's like, yeah, all of Hawaii is going to be behind them. I mean, I remember before I got into the UFC, I was fighting a lot in the mainland and stuff,
mm.
and I was fighting this one fight in San Francisco, for the URCC title, the world title, and then the guy was like
Former
a
champ,
hometown guy.
congrats, my guy.
Yeah, thanks, man. And then there was like, my sister was like the only one from Hawaii watching me, but there was like this random couple from Hawaii, and I hear them, going off, and it's just I didn't even know them. It's just an automatic, like, I'm from Hawaii, they're from Hawaii, so they automatically got my back, and that's how it is. It's
Mhm.
like, and we can tell you can just tell when someone's from Hawaii, like if
Yeah,
they're raised in Hawaii, and and you're not in Hawaii, you run to them in the mainland or where anywhere else in the world. There's something about it, and you automatically tell. It's like you automatically have a connection.
That's dope.
And then, yeah, and that's what it is. I was just talking to my wife about that last time we were in Disneyland. We like, so you can tell they're from Hawaii, and then we shake hands. So, friends, automatic. So yeah, bro, it's
That's
like I
some
said,
cool
when one
shit,
of us
man.
go to war, we all go.
Facts, man. So let me ask you this, man. Again, I continue to talk about your skill set. If someone's never watched you compete before, if you had a fight of yours that you can point to and be like, "Yo, this is Martin Day as a fighter," which fight would it be and why?
Yeah, that's a super good question, man. There's like, I've had so many fights where I feel like I could have done more, but me, I'm my biggest critic, and
Of
even the
course.
ones that I've won, I'm like, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. Like my pro debut,
Mhm.
I just barely won that fight. Like it could have easily gone the other guy's way, but I feel like that was one of my better fights. Even though I've gotten so much better
Mhm.
now, but in that fight, I was putting on a display of my striking and showing all different types of striking and just really mixing it up really well. So I really like, that was a good one. But there's some other fights too where I can look back on, and if you want to see some really good boxing, you can look at my contender series one. It's that's actually a good
Yeah.
question. I should actually think about that. But it's hard to pick just one. I have a good amount of kickboxing fights too, where like yeah, that's some good striking you can see on there too. But yeah, that's a good question. Maybe I probably have to say my pro debut.
Okay, that's so dope, man. And so again, with all your development and everything you've seen, I mean, what do you see for yourself? Like I said, obviously you're quarantining now. You just competed. Would you like personally to get back in there?
Well, right now I because of how my last fight ended, I got clipped and then he put me away. I got a mandatory 60-day
Okay,
suspension,
okay,
medical suspension for that, and I just got to make sure my everything is good. I'm healthy. I
absolutely.
sustained a little bit of damage in that fight, besides of course the ending. Um, so I got to make sure all that heals up before I start getting back into super hard sparring and that kind of stuff. But as soon as I'm ready to, as soon as I'm able to spar and my body is good, I'm ready to get back in there right away. Just I want to get back in there soon and get that bad taste out of my mouth from that last one and
Hey,
get back in the winning column.
I just want to tell you this though, man. Yes, I think that's the beautiful thing about the sport, man. I think everybody understands it. Everybody gets touched at some point in time, but bro, you come with it every time. At the moment that it happened, I had you winning pretty easily at that point in time, man. Dude, nothing to hang your head on, bro. Like amazing fucking fight. Like seriously, you go out there and you put on a show, and people remember dudes that put shows on, bro. Like that was I mean I'm like I said I'm a legitimate fan, bro. Like seriously.
Right on, bro. Right on. Funny you should say that though. I think I saw the scorecards and I was actually down, but those judges are, I don't know.
Hey, bro, like you said, they also said Max lost.
Yes, I know. I know. That's why it's like crazy, bro.
It,
Crazy. I can't believe that.
well, you know what's funny, man? What do you what the fuck? Like, and I'm really have questions about that. Like judging in MMA, as people who've competed in fighting, I think because the way I judge fights is at the end of the round, who would I rather be? I make it simple. It's like who would I have rather
Yeah.
been at the end of the round, right? And at the end of the fight, who would I rather be? Kind of like old school pride judging. That's the way I look at judging how it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you think there's so many misses in that?
You know what, bro? Like, I have a lot of opinions. I have opinions on judging that I think should change immediately. Like, first of all, I think there needs to be 5 judges, just so that you get 3 guys on the same page instead of just 2 guys to
Absolutely,
give a minimum of 3 guys. I mean, heck, 7 judges. If you can, you can pull it off.
straight up.
And then another thing is, I think the open scoring is something that needs to happen. I think at the end of each round, end of round one, the fighter in the corner can look up and say, "Okay, we lost that round 10-9." And then that what that'll do is be like, okay, it gives the fighter urgency. You got to come out there and you gotta do
Do
something.
something.
You gotta win the next round. And I think that'll only make for more exciting fights.
Facts.
One, and then two, it'll keep the judges accountable because I want to see, not only do I want to see 10-9, whoever, but I want to see which judge, first and last name, scored which, you know,
Straight up. Straight up.
first name, last name, social security number, and home address. and then their score.
Right, right. He said, "Let me know. You better tell." And you know what's funny? You say that if that happened, the way that the crowd will react too would do something
Yeah,
also, because it'll make people actually be hold them accountable. Because I feel like these
yeah,
judges, man, they have no accountability. I feel like half of them don't train or understand the sport, so they're going out there just saying whatever the hell they want, and they're
yeah.
messing with people's money.
And the average fan cannot just go and see the average fan's not going to go and research the scorecards and which judge gave what round and stuff like that. I mean, I know that they say at the end of the decision win and stuff, but yeah, it's showing that will keep the judges more accountable too, I believe.
Man, hey, you know what, man? I would love to see that. And you know, dude, if we can do American Idol voting online like right away, they should be able to do like online. You have an app for the UFC. It's like always a fan vote too, and it legitimately counts. I think if they did that shit, dude, because honestly, people who actually watch the sport who will do that actually understand the game, man. It's crazy. You would see it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
now that
That's
I said it
actually
out
a good
loud, there's some
idea
dupes.
too.
I don't know.
That's a hey, that's a good idea, bro. But you know what happened was whenever there was a Hawaiian singer or a
Mhm.
person from Hawaii on American, what was it?
American Idol.
American Idol, yeah. Whenever there was a Hawaii singer, the Hawaii would get so many votes per. Everyone is calling in the same household multiple times.
That's what's up.
So even though Hawaii was so small, that for some reason the Hawaii singers were always getting such high votes coming in because every single person in Hawaii is calling like 37 times each.
That's what's up, man. Yo, the island represents, man. I love that shit. I love it, man. Yeah, before we get you out of
Yeah.
here, brother, we're gonna go ahead and give you some quick hits. All right, we're gonna see what you and I ask people this stuff all the time. Just trying to lighten it up, having a little fun. For you, best martial arts movie of all time.
Dragon Ball Z, every single one of them.
There you go. I like that. I like that. For you, all time favorite. I say, are you in? I say, oh, Dragon Ball Z. You like that? That answered my question. Never mind. It took that one away. Favorite fight of all time. Not have doesn't have to be yours or anybody. Just favorite fight where you're like, yo, that fight there, holy shit, man.
Oh man, I think one of my favorite fights is when Holly Holm beat Ronda Rousey because she was such a heavy underdog and she finished her and you could just see the look on her face and just the joy, So it's like that's probably for some reason that one came to my mind almost right away.
It's a
That's
huge
that's probably
fight.
one of my favorites. I love to see a been underdog on top like that.
Oh, I let that's
Yeah.
always a good thing, man. Um, all let's go in this route then. Not just favorite since you kickbox, you're a kickboxer also. Personally, it makes zero sense why kickboxing isn't bigger here. It makes no sense. Nobody wants to see grappling. Everybody wants to see people stand and bang. You have a sport that
Yeah.
everybody stands and bangs, but nobody watches. It makes no sense. But I digress. Um, Greatest kickboxer in your opinion all time?
Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough question, bro.
Or let me say your favorite kickboxer of all time.
Raymond Deckers, he passed away a couple years ago. He was probably one of my favorite kickboxers of all time. I'm a big Liam Harrison fan.
It's
He's a
dope.
he's a great kickboxer. Yeah. Um,
I love the way he puts his
yeah,
combinations
yeah.
together.
Me too. Yeah,
Mhm.
I love his fighting style. Those two guys are probably a couple. Got like Hawaiian kickboxer, old time kickboxer Dennis Alexio. Very dangerous
Beast.
kickboxer. Yeah, great spinning back kick. Ah, man, I know you only said one, but I'm gonna have to go with those three guys.
I love it, dude. I love it, man. Well, look, man, I love it, man. And that's the thing. I think people, and that's the I love doing this shit, bro. I love talking to people, and people always ask like the regular fight questions, man. I try to have some fun, man. I want you guys to, I want people to see how dope, dudes our fighters are, man. People don't understand how cool people we are.
Yeah, but
So it's super
you
dope.
asked me questions I've never been asked before, so that's pretty cool.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Real quick, man, where can people find you, my brother?
Instagram. My Instagram is 34Spartan. Twitter Martin Day _ and yeah, that's pretty much it.
There it is, man. Well, Martin, brother, thank you as always for so much for joining me. I really hope we can do this again, bro. It was a super good time, man, and do much success and much, luck and everything you got in the future, bro. Because we know you're gonna get back on the horse, and I personally cannot wait to see you compete again.
Hey, right on, bro. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, my brother. Hey, bro, you take care, man. Thank you so much for joining me on the Fight Podcast.
All right, my man. I'll see
All
you
right,
later.
brother. Yes, sir. Take care.
All right. Yeah, bye.
All right, all right, all right. There's the man himself, man. Thank you so much for Martin Day joining me. Dude, that was fun, man. That was so fun. He's a good, really good dude. And like I said, he might have taken an L his last time out, man. But like we talked about, his mind's on the right track. And I'm telling you, if you have not had an opportunity to check this kid out, you need to. He is dangerous. He is skillful. He's smooth. He has everything it takes. Look, man, like I've said it before. I say it again. Max Holloway is every fighter's favorite fighter. Martin Day has a very similar style. If you like what you see from Max, you need to watch Martin because this dude is an absolute savage. Now, for those watching the YouTube video, I know the first couple minutes of this, unfortunately, was a little messed up. But obviously, the rest of the show is fine for you guys. You got the majority of the interview with Martin Day. But with that being said, you guys know it, man. It's me, the Underground King, SERG VICENTE. This is the greatest combat sports and culture show in the entire universe, the Fight Podcast. As always, let's give a big shout out to our sponsors, Everlast. Everlast, as you guys know, man, since 1910, the greatest combat sports equipment out there, man. If you want to see the best gloves, you want to see the best wraps, you want the best equipment, check out Everlast. Everlast.com. Go ahead and use promo code The Fight, and you'll get 10% off of your purchase. Okay, check them out, man. And if you have any questions of who actually uses Everlast, are fighters actually using them? One of the most violent men in all of MMA, Dustin Poirier, currently uses Everlast. He's an absolute monster. Canelo Alvarez uses Everlast. Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, uses Everlast. Errol Spence Jr. uses Everlast. Everlast is incredible. Check them out today. Use promo code The Fight. You get extra 10% off. Also, check out CBDPure.com. CBD Pure is an amazing CBD company, organically grown, processed everything right in Colorado. They take care of you guys. If you have a great workout using your Everlast equipment that you got from us, man, you go ahead and if you want to have your body feel better, make sure you're checking out CBD Pure, man. Afterwards, all you need is a couple drops. I put a couple under my tongue after my workout. Before you go to sleep, you take a couple, man. You get it going. It feels nice and easy, man. And you get 15% off utilizing promo The Fight. Don't forget to check us out on the website, thefightpodcast.com. Check us out at all of our social media platforms at The Fight Podcast. And follow me, your boy, SERG VICENTE, the Underground King, at SERG VICENTE. With that being said, this has been episode 223 of the Greatest Combat Sports Culture on the entire Universe Fight Podcast. Peace.